welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my first official video, so welcome to my Q&A. This is Sophia. Say hi. Alrighty, so I'm kind of just going to be jumping into this. I have 35 questions that I'm going to answer with you guys, and here we go. Alrighty, so number one, where do you live? So currently I live in Boca Raton, Florida, and it is a complete love and hate relationship all the way around the board. There is no in between. I don't love it, I don't hate it, but I probably won't be here for much longer. Put it that way. Number two, who is your best friend? So that's a very easy question to answer. Colby's my best friend, and she's been my best friend literally my entire life. And I don't ever see that changing, to be completely honest. We definitely do have our differences, but that's what makes us best friends, is that we're not anything alike, to be completely honest. I mean, we are, but when it comes down to it, she is purple and I'm green, and she's Dr. Pepper and I'm Sprite, so it works out. We even out each other, and I honestly wouldn't trade my best friend for anybody. I literally love her more than life, and I can't express that enough. If you're watching this, I hope that you know, like, I literally love you with every inch of my soul, and I would do anything for you and your happiness. And I hope that you're my best friend for forever. Alright, number three, what makes you happy? That's a really good question, to be completely honest, but a lot of things make me happy. I love achieving goals I set for myself. That makes me really happy. I like to work on cars. That makes me really happy. Learning something new about a car. My dog makes me happy. My family makes me happy. Money makes me happy. There's a lot of things. Alrighty, number four. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a really good question. In 5 years, I'm hoping that my business has really hit its peak. I'm hoping that I have stores all over the place in the certain locations that I want. I'm hoping that I have at least started my family and that I'm married and settled down, because 5 years is a good time for me. I don't want to be those people that like grow up and like have kids when they're old. No thanks. Number five, are you a mommy's girl or a daddy's girl? So, to be completely honest, I'm neither. Sorry, Mom. I love both my parents a lot, to be completely honest, but neither of them. I'm really independent, so like when it came down to it, I guess I would have to say mama's girl, just because my mom was there through everything in my life. Even some points in my life where I didn't want her there, she was still there, so I'm really appreciative of her. So I would definitely say mom. Number six, at what age did you lose your virginity, and to who? So I lost my virginity at 15 years old, and I also took my partner Kevin's virginity. It was a really amazing experience, to be completely honest. A really touching experience that I'm always going to remember forever. And I have no regrets, to be completely honest. I'm glad that I lost my virginity to him, and I'm glad everything happened the way it did. Alrighty, number seven, dream home. So that's a really good question, but I am actually going to build a house where I grew up in San Diego, California, and I'm going to build a house on a bunch of land, and I'm going to have horses and sheep and pigs and chickens and all kinds of stuff. So if you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? So I don't know if anyone has seen the show Heroes, but Hayden Panettiere played a woman in this TV show that could walk through fire. She could get shot, she could get stabbed, anything, and she would heal. So I think that would be the superpower I picked, just because you're basically invincible. Like, someone could think that they shot you, but you're not really dead. So I really like that. But if I had to pick another one, it would be invincibility. Just because if you're invisible, nobody can see what you're doing. Alrighty, number nine. Have you ever fought in public? Yes, I have. And I'm not gonna say too much. I'll actually attach a little video right after this of a quick sneak peek of a time where I just had to set myself straight. It wasn't even really a fight. I was just very angry. And I just don't like people on drugs, put it that way. So if you see this clip and you get the wrong idea, then whatever. It happens. I was in public and I waited until this woman walked past to do what I did. But we were in public and we were around a bunch of her friends. A bunch of her friends that she grew up with. And they all just sat there and watched. Number 11. Do you think that there is a limit to sharing everything on the internet? I definitely feel like there's a limit. And I definitely feel like everything you post, no matter if you delete it, if I've seen you post it, I'm going to have an opinion on it. And I see a lot of people post a lot of things that definitely change my opinion about them. But I mean, people are going to do what they want to do on social media. You can't say anything because it won't matter. So to answer that question, I would say yes, there is definitely a limit to sharing things on the internet because a lot of people forget anything that you post, anything that you send, anything that you type can all be brought back. All of it. Number 12. If you could change anything about your life, what would it be and why? So if I could change anything about my life, it would be to have a closer family. I'm very close with very select few of my family members, but I definitely wish I was closer with a lot of them just because I feel like family is really important, and the older I get, the more I realize that. So I feel like that would be the only thing I would change. And why? Just because, like I said, family's super important to me, and the older I get, the more that I realize like time is so short and you never know what's gonna happen. Alrighty, number 13. This is a very short question, okay? Are you insecure? No. Bye. Number 14. What is your favorite color? So my favorite color is turquoise. I am obsessed with turquoise. Turquoise and maroon, like a dark maroon. Number 15. How come all the fuckboys get the good girls? So it's a really hard question to answer, to be completely honest, because I'm not a guy. I can't tell you. But I feel like every good girl has to deal with one fuck boy in order to realize who she is. I'm not going to go too much into detail about that, but like I said, every girl needs to realize that a lot of these guys are really good at what they do. Like, they're really good at convincing you, and they're really good at getting into your head and manipulating you to think whatever they want you to think. So I wouldn't say that all the fuckboys get the good girls. I think it's just the fuckboys see the good girls and they think that they can take advantage, and then the girls get dragged into all the bullshit that the fuckboys bring. So there's a level to it, really. Alrighty, number 16. What is your biggest pet peeve? So my biggest pet peeve is traffic, for sure. I hate when there's traffic and like there's no reason for the traffic. Like, I get up to like see where the accident was and there's like nothing. It just drives me insane because I'm like, I almost wrecked like 15 times bumper to bumper because this person wanted to slam on their brakes. For what? Just because another car was going to slam. Alrighty, number 17. Where were you born? I was born in Carlsbad, San Diego, California. Number 18. How tall are you? I am exactly 5'5". Number 19. Where all have you traveled? Okay, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Hawaii, I've been to New York, I've been to Texas, I've been to Florida, been to Alabama, I've been to Mississippi. What else? Alrighty, number 20. Do you have any regrets? So no, I don't have any regrets. I feel like everything that I have gone through has shaped me into who I am supposed to be today. I definitely have some things that like I wish I could go back and like change, but even if I were to change those things, everything now would be different. So no, I don't have any regrets. Definitely just lessons learned. Alrighty, number 21. What is your favorite food? I am obsessed with sushi. I am obsessed with Italian food, and I love the good old American food, like a good juicy burger. Like, I'm craving that right now. Alrighty, number 22. When is your birthday? So I'm a Virgo. My birthday is September 5th, 1998. Alrighty, are you team iPhone or are you team Android? I am completely team iPhone. I will never be a part of team Android. Alright, what is your favorite hobby? That's a hard one. I enjoy doing a lot of things, to be completely honest. I love to surf. I love to skateboard. I like to play softball. I like to roller skate. I like to be outdoors. I really enjoy fishing as well. I guess fishing could be considered a hobby. Number 25. What was your first pet? So when I was really little, I think I was like a little bit under 2, my parents got 2 black labs, and they were Ollie and Bear. And I had them all the way up until I was like 13 or 14, and they were the best dogs ever. Ever. Number 26. Do you have any tattoos? No, I do not have any tattoos, but very soon that is changing. I've always been not against tattoos, but just against myself having tattoos. But I have finally found something that I can accept being on my body for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be getting one very soon. Why do you always wear your 2 crosses? So, that's a good question. There's a very, very significant meaning to why I wear my 2 crosses. One actually says you are loved on the back, but that's very personal, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that question, but it's a very good question. Just know that these crosses are very, very important to me. Alrighty, number 28. Are you a blunt, joint, or glass girl? I am completely a blunt girl. I truthfully hate joints. I am not a fan of glass. I don't like pipes. I don't like glass blunts. I don't like bongs. None of it. I am a all the way around backwood girl. I don't like Rillos. I don't like anything like that. I'm just all the way around backwoods. Backwards. Backwards are ground. Name one of the craziest experiences you've had while driving. So that's a very long list, okay? Let me just start off by saying that. But I'm going to start off with the 4 car accidents I had with the same driver. 4 car accidents. Don't ask me why I got in the car the 2nd, the 3rd, or the 4th time, okay? Because I'm going to tell you the same thing that I've told everyone else. I don't know. Another experience I had that was really crazy was this one time, back where I used to live, I had 4 guys in a car pull up on me. They followed me. Let me just put that out there. They followed me for a very, very long time. And they finally pull up side to side, and I roll my windows down. I made it very clear that I was the only one in my car along with my dog. And these guys just didn't want to stop. To be completely honest, they were so raged and they were so mad. I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but in that point of driving next to each other when they finally pulled up to me and the passenger were arguing back and forth, and the last thing I remember was a Yeti cup being thrown at my head. A Yeti cup. A tin Yeti cup. And when it hit my head, it busted open, and Dr. Pepper went all over my car. It was so bad. It was so bad. But I truthfully don't know how I didn't lose control of my car that night. But after getting hit with the Yeti cup, I came back to realization, and I sped off, and they continued to follow, and that's a completely different story. But I've just had a lot of crazy experiences while driving, that's for sure. But those are definitely my top 2. Alrighty, number 30. When and if you do have kids, what will you name them? So that's a really good question, and I'm glad I get to answer this on my YouTube. That way nobody can ever steal my kids' names, and if you do, I am going to name my son Cooper. I love that name, Cooper. And if I have a daughter, I'm going to name her Delilah Rose. Number 31. When your parents found out you smoked, how did they react? So when my mom walked in on me smoking a blunt in the shower, okay? Let me just throw that out there. My mom walked in on me in the shower smoking a blunt, okay? And my mom wasn't mad, so there's that. My grandparents on the other side disappointed. They felt as if it was going to be a gateway drug for me, and they felt like I was going to go down the wrong path and whatever. I used to be really against weed, so like when my grandparents found out I did weed, they were like, oh my god, well, if you were so against that and you're so against everything else, what's going to stop you? And it's like, I have self-control. Like, I've never done half of the drugs that a lot of these people do, and I won't understand why, to be completely honest. I smoke weed, and that's about it. I don't do anything else. Alrighty, guys, so I had to stop last night just because I got so... Why do you always love to be in the camera? I had to stop last night just because I got so tired, and that was so many questions. Say hello. But I am going to jump back into it. I have a few more questions that I'm going to answer. And number 32, do you have any enemies? No, I don't have any enemies. I'm sure there's a big group of people out there that don't like me, but that's okay. You don't have to like me. As long as you respect me, we are okay. 33, what do you do for work? So I am, most importantly, a nanny. I am also a front desk agent at a hotel, and I also run a business on the side. 34, name a childhood experience that you will never forget. There's so many, to be completely honest, but there was this one time I was in my grandparents' backyard, and it was late at night. It was super late, and I was with 3 of my best friends at the time, and we went outside and we had this slingshot. I don't know where we had gotten it from, but we had this slingshot, and long story short, I kept putting rocks in it and just flinging it to wherever it wanted to go. And long story short, I ended up cracking somebody's windshield, and when I cracked their windshield, they came outside. I guess they heard the crack or whatever, and me and all my friends like ducked. Like, it was a privacy fence, like it's long boards, but at the same time you can still see if like things are moving through the cracks. And the person saw us moving through the cracks, and I was laughing so hard. I shouldn't have been laughing, but I don't know why I thought it was funny. I always laugh in like the worst moments. But we all run inside and we all go to my room and pretend we were sleeping, and the neighbor came to my house and woke up my grandparents, and it was just really, really bad. Everything was okay in the long run, but it was just a very, very adrenaline rushing moment. While we were running inside, he was like, I can see you, and we were just like, that's why we were laughing so hard, is because like we knew it was funny, but at the same time too, it like wasn't funny. So that's definitely a crazy childhood experience that I'll never forget. Number 35, are you a forgiving person? So I'm a very forgiving person up to a certain point. I will never forget why I forgave you, but I do tend to forgive a lot of people, even when I shouldn't, just because I understand. I'm an understanding person, and as long as you're honest with me, like, that's my only thing, really, like, in my life, is that, like, if you're honest with me, like, you don't have to apologize or be sorry or do anything worth forgiving. So yeah, but to answer that last question, yes, I am forgiving, but do not take that for granted, because once I no longer forgive you, we are not friends, we do not talk, we do not look at each other, we do not breathe the same air, nothing. Zero zip, nada, okay? But yes, I am a forgiving person. And I seriously want to thank every one of you guys that came and watched my Q&A. I know that it was a little bit longer than anticipated, but I hope that you got to learn something new about myself, and I hope that you like and subscribe this video, and you stay tuned for the more exciting videos that I am going to post. This was kind of a unprofessional, quick Q&A just to get to know me, but I do hope you enjoyed it, and like I said, I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will drop my Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter below in the description. Bye guys!